This is the answer Tina Peters gave to, was the 2020 presidential election stolen? Does Tina Peters, the Mesa County clerk who was indicted earlier this year in a security breach of her county's election system, does she believe in the big lie? Yes! This is a personal opinion based on the evidence that I have seen and gone through and based on what I know from our reports. I do believe that there may have been enough fraud that it turned the election. I think so. Just a gut feeling that I have based upon the few reports that I read. Good old Tina Peters. And then that Mike O'Donnell is not the My Pillow guy. If you're like, My Pillow guy is running? What the hell is that My Pillow? No. And he says, well, he can't say yes or no to it. But one Republican, Pam Anderson, and no, not that Pam Anderson, a former Jefferson County clerk and recorder. Oh, yeah, it was that Pam. And the former executive director of the Colorado County Clerks Association. She says, no. Here in Colorado, we have independent, verifiable paper ballot audits that have found no evidence that the outcome was incorrect. God, it's such a breath of fresh air to hear one of these fucking Republicans speak a little tiny bit of common sense. Oh, man, these dumb motherfuckers will believe anything that piece of shit says. So this is all about, does Lauren Boebert even understand the Colorado River Compact? Does she even understand the Colorado River Compact of 1922? Don Corm wants to know. Don Corm says, you got to send me to Congress, guys. This damn Lauren Boebert, she don't even understand the Colorado River Compact of 1922. So I'm going to explain to you what the Colorado River Compact of 1922 is. And I'm going to make a determination. Does Lauren Boebert, do I think that she has the cognitive ability to be able to understand the Colorado River Compact? So, okay, without further ado, the Colorado River Compact was signed in 1922. It's all about the Colorado River. Colorado River goes through Colorado, and then it goes out and down to the southwest to some of those asshole states over there. But that's important because there's the upper basin of the Colorado River, which is the part that I give a shit about, and New Mexico cares about, and Utah and Wyoming, and Colorado, the upper basin. You got the upper basin of the Colorado River, and then you got the lower basin. Fucking Arizona, Nevada, California. Hey, California, you got a big-ass ocean on the other fucking side. Why are you still... Well, it's on the lower basin, which is Lee's Ferry separates the upper basin from the lower basin. Lee's Ferry separates it. And so all 7 states, they want Colorado River. They want the water that's in the Colorado River. And so what they did is they all met up in 1922 in Santa Fe, New Mexico, at the Palace of the Governors. It's Santa Fe, New Mexico, and even though it's the Palace of the Governors, it's really just like a really long pueblo. So let's see. 7 states, 1 in Colorado's River. They all gathered in Santa Fe. They signed this agreement, and it worked, and apparently this was the historic distinction. This is the first time more than 3 American states had agreed to share river water. And then Native American tribal water rights were still intact, so none of this affects any Native American tribal water rights. So what was the deal for the upper basin of the Colorado River? Well, they just separated into percentages. Colorado gets 52%. That's nice. We barely get a majority of our own fucking river water. So Colorado gets 52% of the Colorado River, and then Utah gets 23% of the Colorado River, and then Wyoming gets 14% of the Colorado River, and then New Mexico got 11% of the Colorado River. I bet you New Mexico was just aiming for 5 or 6%. They're probably like, damn, we got all that water. And then like the Colorado River, all those states. I mean, is Colorado not merciful? Colorado is just sharing water with Utah, Wyoming, New Mexico. My God, Nevada, Arizona, California. It would make sense if Colorado just kept the water here for ourselves. Big drought. We need water to live, water for the cows, water for the plants. Yeah, we need water. Water's kind of pretty essential. It affects 30 million people. The Colorado River Compact in 1922. It affects 30 million people. The Colorado River does. I don't know the percentages of Nevada, Arizona, and California, but when you think about Lake Mead behind the Hoover Dam, think about the Colorado River, because I think it's a reservoir. So the idea was they're going to save these, all the water in reservoirs, and Lake Mead was one of those reservoirs. But now reservoirs are dropping to record lows. Since 2000, you've seen the aridification of the West. The Colorado River has reduced in size by 20%. So because of climate change, because of less rain, because of more water drinkers, because the farmers are just, they're being paid not to use that water, and yet they use all the 80%, 40 to 80. Okay. So the river's dropping, the reservoirs are dropping, Lake Mead is dropping. We're starting to see all those dead bodies in Lake Mead. Oh, wow. We do have an organized crime problem. I guess RFK had a point. I guess we shouldn't have killed RFK. Or probably MLK or Malcolm X. We probably shouldn't have assassinated any of the people's champions. 1944 treaty with Mexico over Colorado River water rights. So we got a treaty with Mexico. We signed in 1944 over the rights of the water of the Colorado River too. So, goddamn, everybody wants Colorado's river. Everybody wants the water out of the Colorado River. So can Lauren Boebert even understand? Can her little tiny little brain, can she even understand what the Colorado River Pact of 1922 is? Yes. Yes, she can understand it. Don Corum, okay? Does she understand it? I don't know. I don't know if she understands it or not, but I feel like she could get an aide or get somebody, and then they could look into it, and then she seems to be pretty up on her game. So she's got the intelligence, but does she have the willpower? And does she have the people that's surrounding her that would tell her about this? I don't know. This could be a good trick question. Hey, Lauren Boebert, do you even know what the Colorado River Pact of 1922 is? Why? Because you're just some white trash piece of crap from out of Florida?